Hey, this lighting got me looking good. Alright, welcome to our video. On our project, we tried to answer the question, if you change the wording of a question, can you persuade different answers? So, our original question is, would you eat genetically modified food? And our secondary question is, would you eat food that's been modified in a laboratory? Our hypothesis was that asking people if they would eat food in a laboratory would persuade them more likely to say no, because they don't exactly know like what they do in the laboratory, and they just feel like the food could be unsafe or like artificial. So our subjects were 40 people in Walmart, random sample of people. We stood at the door and asked everybody that came in, we asked 20 people if they would eat food that's been genetically modified, and 20 people if they'd eat food that has been modified in a laboratory. So our results are, we asked, out of the 20 people that we asked if they would eat food that's been genetically modified, 11 of them said no, and 9 of them said yes. So just under 50% of them said yes. And for the question, would you eat food that's been modified in a laboratory, 13 of them said no, and 7 of them said yes. So there were 2 more no's from the question that we thought would create more no's. Alright, so our first concern would be that people that don't know what a genetically modified organism is, or a GMO, if we would ask them and they hear that big word, they don't even know what it is, they're probably just going to say no, and without even asking. Like, nobody asked us what it was. So that's just something to take into account, that people might actually not know what it is, so they're more likely to say no that way. But we also had people that knew what they were and tried to stay away from them. And then other people knew what it was and were like, we eat them every day, so it doesn't really make a difference. Like, some people knew what they were, but they tried to stay away from them, but they knew that they already ate them. So that's a no, because they willingly wouldn't eat it, but they know that they probably do eat it without knowing. Also, there was this one guy, I went up, I asked if I could ask him a question, and he said, well, I'm not stopping walking, so you have to walk with him. And I was like, okay, I'll walk with you and ask you the question. He's like, what's the question? I said, would you eat food that has been genetically modified? And he said, that has nothing to do with bikes. I don't know. And I'm just like, dude, come on, man. Come on, could have just helped us out. I mean, it's okay. So his data was invalid, so we had to just not include him in the experiment. It's really a shame. Okay, so in conclusion, we cannot decide if our experiment is statistically significant because, 1, our sample size is too small. Only 40 people isn't a big enough representation of the whole population. And 2, only 2 more people said no, which isn't a great enough difference that it would be statistically significant. So we have concluded that it is undecided. Alright guys, thanks for watching our blog. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything to our channel. Thanks for all the support. Peace.